Nutrition in a cup. This is my Nourish drink this morning, and I blended my Nourish powder, my Activate powder, some bananas that I froze, and a little bit of frozen peach puree, some milk, a little cream. Oh, this will get me through my morning with all the nutrients I need. You should try one of these. Ask me where to get it. Good morning. I'm Diane Pruitt. Welcome to the studio at Two Girls Treasure. It's Friday, fun day, and I want to create a wintry scene. Even though it's going to be 80 some degrees today in South Carolina, we can dream of that wintry temperature. We don't have to have it. We may not get it for a while, but we can sure dream about it. So I'm going to put away what I was playing with before I came on. I grabbed one of these 24-inch wood blanks. Now, it's this fabulous wooden frame and a piece of MDF backer board. These are available. These are $12, y'all. $12 for the backer board blank. And you can make all kinds of things with this. Now, we need to keep in mind that we have a trim edge we need to be mindful of. Probably should take some chalk and mark the edges real gently. Let me grab my chalk from right here. I had two smaller pieces. That's what I'm looking for. And of course, they're not with the big piece. Well, that's okay. We'll use the big piece. Let me tip you down so you can see what we're working on today. I'm going to get a little bit more light on it so we can see the whole shebang. All right. I had like 5 containers of paint open, y'all. All right, there we go. It's in. I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to mark the edges so we know we need to be inside those lines right there. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I'm sure we can color inside the lines, right? Are you with me? I'm sure we can do this. It's just about a 1-inch frame in. So we're going to do a night sky, an evening twinkle sky, if you will. We're going to use some of the brand new Iron Orchid Design products as soon as we get some of these fabulous and amazing Rethunk Junk Paint colors on. I'm going to surround myself with them. I have, oops, left one. Ooh, I've been playing with so many different products. It's been fun and amazing. We have bronze, just for good measure. We also have classic gold still on the table. Farmhouse navy. You can't see, can you? There we go. That's better, isn't it? Farmhouse navy, slate, denim, and over here I have pine shadow. Such a beautiful and wonderful, rich color. We're going to shade a night sky, and I have my midnight over here just in case I need it. Let's see, I want to bring up our page so that I can see you when you get here. There we go. Say hello. Tell me you're here so that I can say hello back. Good morning, good morning. All right. Because this is MDF, we want to be cautious about the water. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to dip my brush. I'm going to dip my brush in the Farmhouse Navy, and I'm going to dip it again. And we're just going to start with our farmhouse. We'll go ahead and cut that edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. Clearly, it doesn't have to be perfect. But we don't want to oversaturate this backer board with moisture because then it'll ruin it. So we want a nice, light, uneven coat of our farmhouse navy so that we can blend our other colors in. And you know, this is like one of my favorite things to do, multiple colors, blending, creating that mind's eye imagery. And I know you have a way that you see the night sky too. Depends on where you are as to how much of that night sky you can see. Sometimes all you can see is the light pollution if you're in the city. If you're in the country, you can almost feel the color of the night sky. It's very rich, very dark. And maybe this is not a midnight sky. Maybe this is more of just the twilight. So a nice and seriously uneven coat. What do I mean by uneven? I just have not covered the entire area with our color. Just some of it. Now I'm going to dash in a touch of our denim. Why, you ask? Well, because the sky is never just one color. Not where I see it. Not in my mind. And a very uneven coat of denim over the farmhouse navy, which leads us to our slate. And I'm going to daub just a little touch of green in there with our slate. That's too much slate, so I'm going to rinse some off, tamp off the brush, and we're going to water this in with our other colors. Because we don't want it to look like slate. There we go. And then just a brush back and forth to blend those colors across. And now we've got a beautiful night sky. It's not just one color, and it's really not easy to decipher what colors where. But I like it like that. Y'all know I like it like that. I'm going to trim that in right there and make sure we've got good coverage all the way around that cut edge. There we go. All right, let me plug in my heat gun real quick, and we will use it to dry this paint quickly so that we can move on and get this one done. I've got a lot of work to do today. I've got a lot of work to do every day, but I love starting my day doing these projects and working with you. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration for different things you can do. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but if you say, oh, you know what I can do? That's inspiration. That right there is inspiration. And that's nice and dry. Ooh, I wish I had my decoupage book back here, because I would totally put one of those country churches right there. I feel like I need a little bit more coverage right here in the center. I'm looking at it in the light on the camera. Good morning, y'all. And I'm feeling like I'm needing a little bit more tone right here in this center. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. You can always, always add more paint. And since we don't use wax, that's easy to do. So a little bit more farmhouse navy. We'll just do the same process all over again. It's going to soak in because this is a fiber board, and I did not seal it first. So this is why I usually, let's use the word usually. This is why I usually seal first, and that's because your wood product, your MDF product, will absorb your material, and then you have to do another coat. I hope you don't mind. Should have sealed it first, but we got this. I added just a little bit of midnight on this second go. Just a little peek. Now let's dry this and see if our board absorbed too much material. No, it's looking pretty good. I can see some spots, but I feel like we'll compensate for that with our stamps. I kind of like it. What do you think? What do you think? Now, we could go a lot of different ways with this, but I am in love with this Snowflakes stamp set. I really think this is a spectacular look. Get all my caps on. I love this stamp set, and I have not been able to use it yet. I was going to stamp my cards last night and the night before. Oh, but that didn't happen. So let's stamp it today. Let's take a look at this. There are two really large, and you have two kind of large, and then you have several mediums, and then you go all the way into the very smalls. The detail on here is spectacular. Absolutely fabulous detail work. Now, we need our white ink, and we are going to want our silver and our gold. All right, this is mixing white. This is mixing white. That's erasable. We do not need that. We do need a brayer, so we're going to grab one of our handy Iron Orchid Designs brayers to go with our inks. I've never put the white ink into a ink pad. It's very thick, thicker than what I would want to use for an ink pad. I don't know. Has anybody else put the white in an ink pad? If you have, let me know. Because I've never done that. I've never put the white into an ink pad. I just think it's too thick. I don't know how it would react. We're going to move the big package out of the way. I don't think I'm going to need the masks, but if we do, they're right there. So we have our stamps. We have our, I'm going to put my acetate over here, and we've got our board. Let me cover over the midnight and move these out of the way. We've got almost all the metallics on the board, so we're good. All right. Let's shake this up just a little bit, and let's get some on our acetate. This is a really thick ink. I would normally not put very much ink on when I'm laying it out so I can bray it, but because it's so thick, I use a lot of it. Now I'm going to find my blue, and I'll tell you why. Let me shake this up first. I'm going to put just a dot of blue right there. That's all we need. One dot of blue. And I'm even going to stretch that across into our white. Now, when you get ready to run your brayer so that you can load your stamps, you want to make sure of two things. One, don't put too much ink on, because this has a lot of fine detail, and if you put too much ink on too quickly, you'll end up with a blob and not a really good, clean image. Now, how do you compensate that? Well, that's the number 2. I'm going to clean this off real quick with an alcohol wipe and make sure my surface is clean. And alcohol dries so quickly. When you get ready to load your brayer, and I'm going to put just a little bit more white down so that my blue does not overtake. There we go. When you get ready to bray, run your brayer through, all the way through so that it rolls all the way around. Now, roll your brayer back again repeatedly to get a very clean, full, even load all the way across. You're not going to separate these. I just want to do a snowflake scene. That's really all I want. So I'm going to lay that there so I know how wide a track I need. And I need all the way to here. And you can see that variegation of that white with that little bit of blue across there. If you want a little bit more ink, go ahead and pull a little bit more. Don't overload your stamps. You've got a little bit of open play time to get your ink on your stamps. And then we'll turn it over. And we'll lay it in. Anchor it with one hand. Take your fingers and just gently go over all of the stems and pieces of each of your images. The object is to rub it or tap it so that you encourage the ink off the stamp onto your board. Now I like to rub it. Don't press down. If you press hard, the pressure will distort your imaging. You can also use another brayer to do this, but no matter what you do, take your time and enjoy the process. Don't get in a hurry. It's just a stamp set. It's just ink. If it doesn't turn out well, you can always... I make it look so easy. You know what, Gracie? I practice. I try really hard to find what works so that when you get ready to do your stamps, you've got these instructions. And you know what makes it turn out like that? Isn't that beautiful? We have guests in the house. Good morning. I love this. Let me pick it up and show you because now I'm going to brag on it. Look at that variegation with the white and the blue ink. Isn't that the most amazing stamp set? Throw some hearts out for the Iron Orchid Designs design team who created this beautiful, beautiful stamp set. You know, I almost want to leave this section blank and put something here, write something in here. I almost do because this is so spectacular. I love it. What do you think? Good morning. How are y'all doing? Good. Come on in. We're doing our tutorial this morning. You want to see what the snowflakes look like? Come on in the studio. I was just showing how to ink the stamps. Isn't that great? So we have so I'll do a little bit more. I think I want to leave a portion of this open so I can write something in here, a Bible verse or something. So here's how you do it. Where are y'all visiting from?
Oh, we live in Florence.
Okay, it's a long way away.
We're on vacation.
Yay!
We're off from work this week.
We
Good for
technically had a
y'all.
place in Western North Carolina. Had an Airbnb, but
Oh, so that's canceled now.
yeah, there was who knows? We might have made it in. We wouldn't have made it out.
Well, so God's always watching out. All right, so I just did the stamp, so I'm going to wipe some of this off because I'm only going to do a portion. And here's how you would do that. When you get ready to restamp, you'll lay it down. Now it's right side up.
Right.
You'll lay it down just to see where you're going to ink and where you're not going to ink. So we won't ink over here. We'll leave that blank. And I think just these will be sufficient. So when you get ready to load your ink, this is a brayer, you just move the ink and then you roll it until you get a really nice thin load all the way across the brayer, all the way around. Then you'll take that ink on that brayer and you'll just cover the surface of each one of these stamps that you're going to use. And since we're only going to use half of this large, we're just going to go right to the center edge, and then we'll stop right there. And we'll leave these out of it. And then, let's see. I might have done it backwards, y'all, because I did it this way. I sure did.
We distracted you.
Oh, well, I'm easily distracted, but it's okay. We can go this way.
Improvise.
That's right. Always improvise. All right, we'll lay it down right here. And we'll still have this area where we can put our Bible verse. Because I just feel like we need more Bible verses about God protecting us this week, because I swear He has.
That's right.
So we'll lay this in, and then all you want to do is just gently run your fingers over the image, because this is um, a raised stamp, a raised relief, if you will. And if you rub your fingers over the sections of the stamp, it actually moves your ink onto your surface, and then you just take it off, and that's what you have.
That's very nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
And you can see the variegation where I have the blue ink in with the white, because I always see a little bit of blue in the snowflakes.
Right.
And then, once this is dry, of course, we're going to paint our frame. We'll put our Bible verse in, and then we will have a beautiful winter scene framed in, ready to hang on the wall with some of the most beautiful snowflakes ever created by Iron Orchid Designs. We could not have these in a mold set because they would just come apart, although we do. They work well with our resin. And that's all there is to it. Once you do this, then you can embellish with your glitters or your crystal pens. Those are on the way. And just add a little bit of zhuzh to it.
Right. Cool.
And that's all there is to it. You're
Tell
welcome.
my sister about that. She's crafty.
Oh, we love crafting. This is our studio. We do a tutorial every morning, and we have crafting sessions where you can come in and join us and do it too.
Maybe when I retire, I
There
can
you
do
go.
some crafting. So far, I'm not crafty, but I could be.
You could be. We could teach you how.
But she's doing a countdown. She's got
334 days.
Shoo! Y'all throw some hearts out for 334 days till retirement. All right. Y'all take your time, look around this store. Thank you. Y'all, that's really all there is to it. Gracie, it's not hard. And if you're not sure exactly how this goes, then before you start stamping on your surface on your project, take out a piece of paper or something that is extra that you don't really need, that you're not going to use, and practice your stamping. Piece of paper, scrap of lumber, anything that you can create your images and get nice, clean stamps. It does take a little bit of time, and you do have to make sure your brayer is not overloaded. Make sure your surface is prepared. Make sure you don't jiggle the stamp set. Once you lay it down, you're committed, stick to it. And make sure you relax and enjoy the process. This was so simple and beautiful to create. We've got the perfect night sky. I can't wait to put something in here. I'm not exactly sure what, but I have 10 different ideas right now. 10 different ideas. You can do this too. We have the brand new Snowflakes stamp set from Iron Orchid Designs. This is vintage snowflakes. Absolutely a gorgeous stamp set. Get yours before they're sold out. These are limited edition, and just so you know, Iron Orchid Designs is selling out at the warehouse very quickly. The Yuletide transfer set is already sold out at IOD, so we won't get any more of those. I think we have 2 left. 2. Yesterday was not an Iron Orchid day. Yesterday was a paint day. So if you did not get out here to pick up your IOD, come on out, get what you'd like. Limited editions. You know how the Christmas releases go. It is a frenzy of creativity. So I hope you have fun with all of the different projects you can do. I love this. I love the simplicity. I think I know what I'm going to put right here. I'll share pictures later. I'm going to paint, might even stain that frame with some dark walnut. I'm seeing some dark walnut there. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Drop your comment and let me know if you would paint it or if you would stain the frame. I think it's going to be stunning either way. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful weekend. Be blessed, stay safe, and continue to pray for everyone affected by that insane storm. Pray for the families who have lost loved ones. Pray for the families who are still not reunited. Pray for our country. We need some help. Y'all, come see us at Two Girls Treasure and get your IOD, get your Rethunk Junk Paint, get your salt wash, and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you right back here on Monday. We have a furniture project we need to get started on. Spiffy quick. You're going to love it. Bye, y'all.